I know it's been a while since I brought you guys anything new, but today I'm bringing you another edition of Lily Rants. Not everything's a rant, some of them are just thoughts and points of view that I have for the ghost and paranormal compilations that I watch on a regular basis. These date back anywhere from March and April all the way up to last month in May. I've been meaning to drop this for a while, so I'm really sorry that I haven't, but enjoy. So I know I said on Twitter that I didn't really have the mental capacity for a rant. I'm watching one right now, and this dude like supposedly puts up this camera so that way he can catch, like his stuff keeps getting moved into the bathroom when nobody is around. So it's like, okay, well, let me see what, I can catch kind of thing, which I get, and I would totally love to see like a Mary Poppins kind of thing of like just shit floating through the air. But that's not what this is. A door opened. That's it. I wanted things floating through the air, Mary Poppins style. After all, isn't that the whole point? So we all know what time it is, right? It's slap ham time. And I'm looking at, I haven't even started this video. I should tell you something, right? So I'm looking at the name. This was actually yesterday's video, and it says, real scary videos you'll blame on AI. I gotta fucking worry about AI now. I didn't even fucking think about that, man. Like, I already worry about where my shit comes from as far as if somebody recorded something in Snapchat or in TikTok or Instagram or anything with fucking like filters that can change things like on the fly with video and stuff. But now I gotta worry about AI. I didn't even think about that, and I don't like it. But I'm gonna watch anyways.
So hit that subscribe button and get
I got entirely too distracted and did not watch a single one of those last videos. No, I did watch the first one with the fish. There was a fish that
in the latest incident to spark debate
looked like it was floating, but it wasn't.
K-pop
It was
fans
just a different tank.
worldwide. Eerie footage from a recent concert by the popular
New ones
Korean
have started
boy
playing
band
though.
The Boys has been making rounds on.
Okay, so you guys already know what I always do with this. I'm fucking watching Slap Tam. And this one was put out, let me see, yesterday. So almost a day ago. And there's this little girl who's like recording a little vlog about her day, and she looks off stairs, then gets up, exits, and you see these really tall legs, almost like Slender Man style. But it's like everybody's creeped out by this footage. Now, I'm sorry, if you were the parent, would you not ask your child who was recording this why they spaced out? Like, not even counting the legs, which we all know can easily be fake because it's in a small little opening and stuff. But I would totally look at my kid and be like, yo, were you okay? Be a little bit of a concerned parent there. Not just upload your shit to TikTok and just be like, oh, what's this? Maybe that's just me. Still watching the same video. This has like a magician, illusionist. So supernatural. Definitely not, of this world. Okay, so this one's actually cool. This dude in 2020 got diagnosed with a case where he basically sees demon faces on everybody. How fucking creepy is that? I can't imagine like everyone I see looking like a demon. It's called PMO. I'm still listening to it. I'm trying to like watch. So it only affects actual faces, so things on screen and on paper don't, like, he doesn't see anything different. That's so fucking weird. I don't want that. But proof why you gotta know the science and you can't just assume everything is paranormal. I'm watching Most Haunted Places in North Carolina from the channel Fright Night, and Wilmington's on it for the Bellamy Mansion. I haven't been there in recent years, but I have in the past with school and just general stuff. It's a really beautiful little place. But the picture they use is the water fountain that's right out in front. And no lie, the number of times I have seen soap suds in this fountain. I think every graduating class has done it ever. Although they may have gotten better in recent years, but yeah, it's not a uncommon thing to see soap suds in the fountain. But it was also cool that Wilmington made the list. I think it said it was the last one, but still got a lot left on this. It's like 10 minutes left on this video, so I don't know. I think this video I've been watching was done by an AI voice. He just called it North Carolinian, and I mean, unless it's just how y'all pronounce it outside of North Carolina, but here, at least locally, they say North Carolinian. But it made me laugh. But it also made me wonder if it's an AI voice. Because, you know, kind of like with the hands with AI art, it's never right. The voices are never quite right with AI narration. Okay, so, slapped ham time. This one, this isn't really a rant. This is kind of like with the old bungalow house. This one had like a light that was out of the room flickering off and on, and supposedly family members have heard sounds individually that they think are voices. One thing that this could be, aside from just somebody off camera flickering a light switch, could be rodents that are chewing with your wiring. If you ever have lights that just start switching off and on, your first thought should not be ghost. It should be wiring issue, and that's something that people don't really take serious enough. If you have a wiring issue, you know, your stuff could catch on fire. You could just have, you get shocked. You know, if you have kids or anything like that, you really don't want to screw around with something like that. If you have pets that you leave by themselves, you know, just, if your lights are all of a sudden switching on and off, don't assume ghost, assume electrical problem, and call an electrician, or if like you live in an apartment or something, call maintenance to come and check it out, because that could be a wiring issue, which is no good and nobody wants that. And same thing with to the idea of voices. It could be rodents in the walls, and they could be chewing on your wiring. So again, get everything checked out and make sure it's not something that is easily explained before you jump to ghost. Alright, Lily rant about technology. Here I am trying to fucking adjust my computer screen so it's a little bit brighter so I can see the spooky shit I'm trying to watch. And my computer decides that no, I can't adjust the brightness. It's instead going to fast forward to the end of the video I'm watching because it's evil. Right? Technology is evil. And also, too, I'm watching this as it's recording and everything's glitching in, so the audio is probably going to be off because technology hates me. Okay, so another issue we can have is easily explainable that a lot of times people think are a spooky thing is, in the case of this one video, a door looks like it's closing, but you can only really tell by like the shadows in the background. At least that's what they use to say focus on this if you can't see it move. My problem with this is I have firsthand experience of filming something and it looked like a almost like an apparition or something moving on its own, and it just happened to be the way the camera was being held at that moment in time. A little bit of you don't really realize you're moving the camera to capture shadows. I'm not saying that's what this necessarily was. It's just it is a explanation for what can happen sometimes with these kinds of things. So nothing, it's not always inherently spooky. They were in a spooky location, but it is what it is. Sometimes things are very easily explained just by a little bit of lights, camera, and action. Okay, so this time I'm actually looking at some photos that were taken in England, and it's two of them that were taken supposedly back to back. You can tell that the person who was taking them took, like, you know, a step or two over. But I will say it's interesting to me. I hope you guys can hear me. I just realized I'm fucking covering the mic. It's interesting to me with this one because you can tell, you know, it was raining because there's like water spots on the lens, and you can see where some of them are the same in both photos. But then there's more in the second one. And aside from just saying obvious fake of, they had a buddy who ran out and jumped in the photo for them to take something like this, I will say it is just an interesting capture in general. I wish you could actually see both photos in full next to each other, and maybe I'll look to see if down in the links that Slapham provides, maybe there's something more there that I can actually see them. But I do find it interesting, and proof that I don't always immediately dismiss everything as being faked. There are some things that make me go, ooh, this is interesting. But I also had another thought, and it's not a rant at all. This particular church is built before a lot of the churches here, but has a very similar design to a lot of the churches here. And it just goes to show where people got their architecture ideas back then. Clearly, if you lived in England and went to church all your life in one place, and then you came here and had the ability to build a church, you're probably going to build it like your church that you had in your hometown that you went to. But that was just another random thought. I'm full of the randomness today. I'm eating my lunch, and I'm watching Sir Spooks from a couple of days ago. And there's this thing running across the field, and their immediate reaction is, it must be a skinwalker. Can't it just be a dude running across the field? Basil agrees. It's just a dude running across the field, right? Because, I mean, it's far enough away you can't tell exactly what it is, but, I mean, it's a humanoid figure on two legs running across the field. And if you hear my radio in the background, or my music in the background, I apologize. And I probably won't upload this anywhere other than Snap. But yeah, it's just a dude running across a field, and why can't there just be a dude running across the field? So one of these videos on Slaptam is a woman in a red dress walking along the side of the road at night. And I have to laugh because, like, she's standing motionless and you can clearly see she's walking. But it's like, why, when there's, you know, no town around? I used to know a guy who, we were in our 20s. He was like fucking 6 foot, like 7 inches tall. Like, dude was fucking huge. Do you know what was fun for him? To dress up as Bigfoot and go, like, at 3 a.m. out into the country and try and scare people who were driving. To which I told him that's how you get shot by a redneck in the middle of the night. But, like, it's just somebody walking on the side of the road in a dress. Like, she could have, you know, honestly had some shit going on and was trying to get away from it or whatever, but, or just fucking out to fuck with people. But it's kind of funny that it's just like, it's in the middle of nowhere. It makes it eerie. Okay, it doesn't mean that it makes it paranormal. Sometimes people just like to do weird shit. There's supposedly a haunted restaurant in Calabash, North Carolina, and Calabash is like, it's just before the South Carolina border, so it's like an hour drive for me. I might have to go eat at a haunted seafood restaurant.